Previously on Shoestring Vagabond. Continuing our Sri Lankan journey off-road, we headed to the rarely visited island of Manaar. Only a few kilometres in, and we instantly took a liking to the region.
The most beautiful part of Sri Lanka that we've seen so far.
First port of call was the ethereal Adams Bridge. Although feeling like we were at the end of the world, we certainly weren't alone.
Coconut tree, you are casing full fucking. Yes. Boom. Oh, boom.
Coconut moonshine hangovers aside, we spent a couple of days checking out the other sides, as well as hanging out with a bunch of donkeys. Unfortunately, we couldn't stay longer in Manaar, as we had to travel on to our next destination, Jaffna.
What an impressive trunk!
Back on the open road again, and we drove through even more of the outstanding scenery that we come to expect in northern Sri Lanka. This leg will take us up into the Tamil heartlands to the city of Jaffna and its serene islands.
So, touchdown in Jaffna. We got here sort of after dark last night and managed to blag ourselves probably one of the best deals in accommodation I've ever got backpacking. Check this out. Son's got his hammock up already, made himself right at home. But yeah, so we came here. We didn't want to stay right in the centre of Jaffna. We wanted to be just like bit sort of outside on the peripheries, so we've gone to the next island just outside Jaffna and found this place. We've got it for $17 a night, so $8.50 each. A little bit more than either of us want to spend, but for what we get for the money, it's pretty good. Check this out. Son's on the sofa bed, and then I've got this one. Not the most amazing hotel room ever, but $17 a night, not too bad at all. There's the Tuk Tuk, parked outside. Son, are you having a shit?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is going to be our little treat for this trip, I think, just because we've been road tripping quite a lot. Let's get in the hammock. Yes, I think today we're just going to chill. We've got the beach right at the end here. Literally like less than a minute's walk from this route. So we're going to go for a little swim in a bit and then check out Jaffna City once the temperature's cooled down a bit, because it's really hot in this part of Sri Lanka. I mean, all of Sri Lanka's hot, but this is like a different heat. Not so much like tropical heat like the south, it's more like a sort of like dry desert heat. The locals were telling us it hasn't rained here all year. But we're going to Jaffna City tonight, late this afternoon when it's cooled down. We're going to check out what that's like, and then I think tomorrow we're going to venture on to a little bit of island hopping, which is probably going to involve putting the Tuk Tuk on a boat. So we're going to see how that goes. But yeah man, first day in Jaffna, liking it a lot. This whole region of Sri Lanka is completely different from the rest. It's really got something special about it. So we're in Jaffna Centre now, and the first port of call to do is to go and get some proper Tamil Indian food. A man cannot sustain himself on kotu and egg hoppers alone, as good as they are. After a while they get a little bit samey.
Fucking hungry now.
We're starving. Starving. There's something that isn't kotu or egg hoppers. What in the hell did you get?
I ain't got no idea, bro.
This is... After what seems like years without, I finally have dosa.
Dosas are a southern Indian dish similar to a crepe, but made from a rice and lentil batter. If you ever find yourself in southern India or northern Sri Lanka, you have to try one.
I'm going to eat this in about 3.5 seconds.
So, I definitely ate that dosa way too fast. Absolutely stuffed. Now we're off to the Dutch fort of Jaffna. Yeah, and check that out. Hopefully see a nice sunset.
This is huge.
This fort?
Yeah.
Well, it's even
guess-
bigger than we know, because we couldn't actually get in because we got here at close. So, yeah. And sunset was over, so
I guess,
double fail.
I guess Dutch people really didn't want the English people to come. If you see the size of the fort.
And who can blame them?
The next day, we started out early to explore around Jaffna and check out its myriad of islands. While most are connected to one another via a series of bridges and causeways, we had our eye on getting the Tuk Tuk on a boat. Unfortunately, the ferry was packed, so we cut our losses and went beach hunting instead.
So, first proper beach of the trip, and it's not a bad one to start off. Amazing.
Later on, we were back in Jaffna to see its main temple and, incidentally, the largest Hindu temple complex in the entire country. Built on top of earlier places of worship, the temple's been steadily improved and added to since the 19th century, now making it one of the finest examples of Dravidian temple architecture in Sri Lanka. Unfortunately though, there's no cameras allowed inside, so you'll just have to take my word for it.
So that temple's a first in that I didn't have to cover up, I actually had to get undressed to go in there. So it's the first time I think that's ever happened to me in a Hindu temple. But yeah, I had to take my shirt off. I was worried about showing too much leg or a little bit of knee or something, but they were like, nope, shirt off. So, there we go. It's a little bit different. Walking around a holy place half naked. Alrighty, so we're just about to leave awesome Jaffna. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Your thoughts on Jaffna?
Yeah, it was nice. I guess we love Tamil place. Nope. 3,000. So yeah, I guess we love Tamil area. Such a different place.
Yeah. We couldn't film inside the temple because that'd be
Off-road.
disrespectful.
Off-road
But we
from
could
the-
go around half naked, so you know, swings and roundabouts.
Off-road from the touristical places. Yeah.
We got a last little scenic little coastal road to take. Is our last little thing to do in Jaffna, and then after that we are on to the last chapter of this trip, which is going to be going down the east coast, getting some serious R&R, some chill time, some extreme snorkeling, and some surfing.
Isn't that shit?
Yeah. All right, let's do this. Sun is back in the hot seat. 2 reasons. A, he really wants to drive. And the second reason is because it's St. Patrick's Day today. And I'm going to drink some whiskey in the back.
The next section of our route would take a slight detour as we followed the coastal road, arguably the most scenic in Sri Lanka, to its most northern point, Point Pedro.
So we're here, Point Pedro, the most northerly part of Sri Lanka. And what an awesome drive it was up here as well. Really, really amazing road. Just hugging the beach, the sea all the way. And all it is here, no hotels, no resorts by the looks of it. It's just local people just wading in the water with their nets, catching fish.
How did time get back from Punkudutivu?
Sun's got the snacks.
Yeah.
They call me the Crow Whisperer.
As you see, Joe loves the animals too much. Donkeys, for everybody. Yeah.
Caught it in mid-air, look. Check this out.
Come on.
Shit's sick.
I know I keep saying this on pretty much every single road that we're driving on, but it's unbelievable. The scenery, all these roads are so amazing, so beautiful. Sri Lanka, you're awesome. So we've arrived after a heroic 7.5 hour drive by this man.
Alive? Almost.
We've got a decent budget option. Now,
Yeah.
most smart hotels that you go to, you'll get like a nice little sort of welcome gift, right? Or like a little chocolate under your pillow. Not here. You get something else under your pillow. Alright, day one on the east coast, and it is hot, man.
Yeah.
And the humidity is through the roof. There's nothing, we can't do anything today, we're just rubbish. The only thing we can do is walk to this beach, which we're just getting to now. Just get in the water,
That's
man.
what you can do, man.
And then we're going to take the day from there. Oh man, this'll do. Check this out. So, seeing as we want to show you what places are really like on this channel, whether good or bad, I feel like I have to point this one out, which has been sort of the case at quite a few of the beaches in Sri Lanka we've seen, and that is the rubbish. Today's pretty much been a bit of a lazy one, to be honest. Just been too hot and too humid to do anything, so it's been important to stay hydrated as well. But even more important than staying cool for the weary traveller is to, in such conditions, try and keep your beer cool as well. This can be done in a few ways, but when one doesn't have access to a fridge, here's one tip for you.
here I give you the toilet beer. Cool, refreshing, innovative. Probably doesn't taste so good now. So we were supposed to go snorkeling today on nearby Pigeon Island. That didn't really work out though, because it was super hot last night, and there was a power cut, so we had no fan, and then on top of that just the place we're staying just got invaded by mosquitoes, so pretty much just had the worst night's sleep of the entire trip. Yeah, we were planning to go snorkeling at about 8 AM this morning, but when we woke up we just couldn't even, we were just useless, couldn't do anything, so managed to grab a couple hours sleep. Son's still back at the guest house chilling in the hammock, so it's just me today. Going to do a little bit of exploring, go down to Trincomalee and see what's going on around there. I think there's some cool stuff to see, so let's go.
Trincomalee, with its famous natural harbour and, incidentally, one of the oldest cities in Asia, boasts a host of attractions, from sublime beaches to serene temples, and it's definitely a city worth exploring. First up is Fort Frederick, and more importantly, its Cliff Edge Temple.
So we're here, Fort Frederick. It's a pretty cool place. Bit of a military cantonment, so... Hello!
What's your name?
Welcome!
What's your name?
Joe.
Joe,
you?
What's your name?
Yes, your name is Yes?
My rickshaw. Bye.
Rickshaw. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Boom.
10 rupees. Bye.
10 rupees? You're gonna give me 10 rupees. Okay.
Take.
You'll give me.
Bye.
So, Fort Frederick, kind of a military cantonment, so I'm not sure if I should be taking pictures, but I think it's alright.
After a short walk through the fort and once past the obligatory touristy market stalls, we arrive at KONESWARAM Temple, the most sacred of the main 5 Shiva temples on the island, and what might be the most picturesque temple of them all.
These views are superb. There's no other way to say it. Look at this. What an amazing place. I'm going to check out this temple here next. This looks incredible as well, but unfortunately I won't be able to film it, as is always the case. First place on the little day out around Trincomalee. That is pretty great. Really cool temple. Just like all the Tamil temples around here, super colourful, super crazy, awesome, but unfortunately couldn't film, so we just have to take my word for it. It was very good.
After stopping off in the centre to sample some traditional Sri Lankan food, I hit the road again, this time heading north of Nilaveli to check out one of the East Coast's best sunset spots.
Alright, last pit stop on my little day out. Now we're just a few kilometres north of Nilaveli, about 40-minute drive in the Tuk Tuk. Come see this old stupa and get a nice view of the moon, full moon, and the sunset behind me. Should be pretty good. Got beach on both sides as well, just to make it even more perfect. So we'll see what this is all about.
The next day, with sun still hammock bound, it was time to get my snorkel on, and checked out the biggest attraction on this part of the east coast, Pigeon Island.
So yeah, I'm just hanging here for a bit. Because I'm doing this trip on a budget, I can't really afford to charter my own boat out to Pigeon Island. So I'm going to hang around here at the boat shack and wait to see if there's anyone else wants one. Or try and jump on another group's boat if I can. Try and save a little bit of money.
Luckily, I didn't have to wait too long, and I managed to split the cost of a boat with another traveller. Kilometres off the coast of Nilaveli is Pigeon Island National Park, one of only 2 such marine parks in the country. The park contains some of the best remaining coral reefs in Sri Lanka, and with its somewhat clear water, inhabited by hundreds of species of fish, as well as olive ridley turtles and even black-tipped reef sharks, it makes a pretty memorable beach day.
This place is an absolute paradise. I don't have any other words for it. Only cost a few thousand Sri Lankan rupees to get here. Only had to pay 2,000 for the boat and around 3,000 for the ticket, 500 for the snorkel hire. So all in all, 5,500 rupees. That's alright for a day like today, I don't mind paying that. It does break the daily budget a little bit, but it's worth it for stuff like this. See how amazing it is.